Hello world, my name is Bobby Rucker, better known as Bobbii Bon Jovi. I was born December 26, 1985, to a woman named Rochelle Williams, who was addicted to crack cocaine. I hate to say it, but she was another victim of the crack epidemic of the 80s. Once my mother had me, due to her addiction, she left me in the hospital. My father was a non-factor in my life. I assumed that him and my mother just had sex and he went on about his business. But because of my mother's decision to leave me in the hospital, that had long-term effects on me as a person and who I would become. Growing up was really hard because I really didn't know who I was, and I was always told, if no one loves you, your mother will always love you. So I really felt like something had to be wrong with me, or I had to be ugly, because my mother didn't keep me. She didn't have faith in herself to be able to raise a man, even though she had one. And that really just tore me up inside, because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know why I looked like I looked. I didn't know my family, my real biological family. And growing up, I was lost. I was just a distraught kid. I've been in several foster homes, numerous group homes. I've been told by numerous people and social workers that I wouldn't be anything in life. I'd be another statistic and just be dead or in jail by 18. But I felt that those people were wrong. So growing up was real hard. But once I got in about 4th grade, I ended up moving with a lady named Joetta Floyd, and that's the woman that I call my mother, because her and her family they just brought me in with open arms, and they gave me the feeling like someone does love me in this world, someone does care. And even though I had that and I felt like I had a family, I still was acting out and doing negative things because I still had questions with no answers about who I was or where I came from. And I used to always ask God, why me? Nowadays, I still ask him why me, but I have a better understanding that he put me through what I've been through to make me who I am today. Growing up was hard, very hard, but at the same time, once I started school, I felt like if I'm not good at anything else, I'm gonna be the smartest kid in class. So during elementary, I really excelled when it came to school, and my grades were great. I was on the honor roll, I had straight A's. And I just felt like, this is how I'm gonna fit in, this is how I'm gonna stand out. And it was kind of hard because I got made fun of a lot when I was growing up in school. Due to the fact that my mother did drugs while she was pregnant with me, I guess it deformed my head a little bit, so I don't have the most perfect shaped head that people feel like, oh, the average person should have. And I was the butt of damn near all the jokes in school. Even teachers got a couple jokes in on me, and as a kid growing up, people don't know that that can really tear you down emotionally, and your self-confidence can really be depleted because all you hear is jokes. I don't hear like, oh, you got a good grade, or you did an A on that test. I hear cone head or watt head, or you know what I'm saying? And I look back at it now like it's kind of funny, it doesn't break me, but growing up, that really had me down every day, you know what I'm saying? For not even your classmates, but also your teachers, to make fun of you is kind of devastating, you know? That could really make you not want to be alive, or not want to go to school, not want to be around your peers because they look down on you because you're not perfect and you're in a foster care and your mother did drugs, and that really messed me up. And once I got to junior high and high school, I really started messing up and acting out because instead of focusing on my grades, I wanted to be cool. I wanted to do what the cool kids do. And I look back at it now and see that the cool kids were the ones that are sitting in front of the class, the ones doing homework, the ones doing extra credit. And the kids that I thought were cool nowadays are the ones that are dead in jail, life in shambles, or they have numerous kids that they can't take care of because they didn't graduate and they were having sex all throughout high school. So high school and junior high was a real roller coaster. It really made me do a lot of things that I wouldn't do nowadays. And I can honestly say throughout school I was lost. I was a very lost individual. But in 10th grade, I had a social worker named Ms. Lewis who got me a computer. And I loved that computer because that was the first thing I ever got from the foster care. It was mine, you know what I'm saying? I never had anything that was mine, brand new. Everything I got was hand-me-downs, from clothes that I wore to school, from books and everything. And I got made fun of for all of that, from my deformities to my gear being second hand and low budget and not the freshest or the newest. But this computer was mine, and every day after school, I would write, I would type my thoughts, whatever I was going through that day, and those thoughts turned into poems, and those poems turned into raps. And at lunch, it was cool to rap. Everybody was rapping. And I felt, if I can get good enough to rap in front of the people at school, I'll be cool. That would be my way to fit in. And after a while, I got good. I got real good, and I felt like I could really do this. But while I was doing good at rap, I was still doing bad in school. My grades were down. I was still stealing, trying to get stuff to hustle so I could buy me them new Jordans like everybody else. And because of my decisions, my mother, Joetta Floyd, that I look at as my mother, she was forced to let me go and kick me out of her home. And that devastated me, but it devastated her as well because she felt like she failed as a parent. And I was forced to live with a guy named Marcus Huff in Orange County. And I look at that as a blessing because Marcus helped me become a man. He's a great mentor, a great motivator, and really the definition of a man that I needed in my life. He helped me become a man. I didn't have a man in my life. I just had a mother figure who took me in, and her family took me in. But at the same time, I still needed a man in my life to become a man. And I moved to his foster home, which was in Orange County. And in Orange County is when I first ever got in the studio with a producer named Rhythm D and his business partner named Chill. They're a production team called the Boondocks. They're legendary West Coast producers. Make sure you check them out. And that was when I first ever recorded my first bar, my first little rap. And I fell in love with it, and I got my first deal at 18 in Orange County with a retired football star named Sam Rogers. I messed up that situation because as an individual and an artist and a person, I just wasn't mature enough and I wasn't ready for that type of situation. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And that really had me down. But after a while, Marcus moved his whole home and all of his kids to Palmdale, California, where I ended up meeting a group called the Black Fam, who really took my music to the next level because they taught me how to put songs into song format and not just have a gang of random concepts and lyrics and long verses. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that people who just battle rap do. They taught me how to write songs, and I thank them for that. But because of my maturity, once again, and us not seeing eye to eye on certain situations, that didn't work for me. Then I met Easy Red, my brother, my right hand. And I'm blessed to say that I met him because we ended up starting a group called the Young Cannons. And living in Palmdale, California, we ended up just taking over everything from the music to the battle rap scene. And after a while, we just felt like we needed to do more. We needed something different. We needed a new challenge, and we felt like a new city, a new environment would help us do that and become men. And I had a dude named Ryan that lived out here in Vegas, and he offered to be our manager and look out for us. So we just moved out here with nothing, just hopes and dreams of success and better days. And since we've been out here, we've been persistently grinding, trying to stay relevant as local artists. And every season, every year, we hit them with something new. And we just been doing this consistently. So we've been able to gain a lot of popularity on the local scene because of our grind and who we are as artists in person and people. And from there, I ended up meeting a good friend named Jay Reezy, the super producer. That's my guy. And in turn, we all clicked up with other artists to form Money Vault, which consists of me, Easy Red, Jay Reezy, Capo Young, DBIC, Wink Bang, and Days Bond. We all had our individual respect in the city. We all had buzz in certain parts of the city, and instead of trying to compete with each other, we decided just to come together and put our prides to the side and build a machine, build an unstoppable force called Money Vault Music. And through that and them, I feel like I have a chance to make it in life. I have a second chance. I have a chance to define myself in the world, to leave the world with something instead of nothing. I don't want to just die a regular person. I want to die somebody special, even if it's only to a couple people that listen to my music. I want them to remember me for that music. I also owe a lot of the success that we've been able to have to another good friend named D.Cross. I've seen him grow along with myself because we both started off at the bottom. And when it comes to videos or photography or any kind of visuals, D.Cross is currently the person everybody calls. And I'm blessed enough to call him my brother because he believes in what me and my team are doing. And he never, ever, ever, ever turns us down when it comes to some visuals because he believes in us, and we really respect him for that. You know, he has allowed us to take our grind to the next level because people, not only are they hearing us, they're seeing us. They're able to identify our voices with faces, and now our faces are familiar throughout the whole city due to D.Cross. And also my boy Carlos, who did my first video studio, him and Tanel Monique, shout them out. But D.Cross just really took our grinds to the next level, and he really makes us go harder because we don't want to have dope visuals and okay songs. We want dope songs and even doper visuals, and Tay gives us that. So I commend him and always let him know he's appreciated. So I just gave you some insight on me, why I am who I am, and why I do what I do, and why I act the way I act. So I hope that this brings you closer to me and allows you to feel like you know me, because I want the world to know me. And everything I've been through made me who I am. I am Bobby Rucker, better known as Bobbii Bon Jovi.